Watch this.
The most urgent invention in the world right now is a vaccine that prevents you from getting COVID-19. It's going to have to go to 7 billion people.
Stay at home during this pandemic.
A global vaccination program without a vaccine that hasn't been fully developed yet.
We already know that the virus is not as lethal as they said it was.
The FDA is fast-tracking a possible coronavirus vaccine.
One final way that's promising is the RNA vaccine.
Messenger RNA.
Messenger RNA.
When people received their first COVID-19 vaccine, it was the first time their body received lipid nanoparticles.
People historically have this confidence in the concept of, oh, it's just a vaccine.
When I said that they could change the human DNA, they rushed to the press to deny it. But there's ample evidence now.
These vaccines are just, products from hell.
These injections do violate the Biological Weapons Convention.
They're not satisfied with all the toys, so now they want humans to be the ideal toy.
For many decades, under the guise of advancement, science, or ideology, humanity has endeavored to tamper with the fundamental design of human nature. From research labs to authoritarian regimes, through genetic alteration and psychological manipulation. Today, a sustained and determined drive has emerged to redefine, alter, or even supplant what God created, the human genome. And the COVID-19 pandemic became another opportunity for those pursuing this objective, particularly through the accelerated development and widespread rollout of mRNA vaccine technology. In the early stages of the pandemic, Chinese scientists released the genetic code of the coronavirus, sparking a global race to develop a vaccine.
Vaccine platforms are using what's called the spike protein of the coronavirus.
The worst mistake of all would be to take messenger RNA and then have a code for a lethal protein that was engineered in a Chinese biosecurity lab. That was a disaster.
The mRNA technology is exceptionally complicated and unlike anything we have seen with standard vaccines. The mRNA vaccine dose is filled with tiny bubbles of fat called lipid nanoparticles. These fat bubbles protect the modified mRNA from degrading and help it enter cells. Once inside, the RNA instructs the cells to produce a genetically engineered version of the spike protein.
The lipid nanoparticles, when they attach to cells, then the lipid nanoparticles dump off their payload, messenger RNA. The messenger RNA then is taken into the cytoplasm of the cell. It's read by ribosomes over and over and over again.
Spike itself is a toxin, and I was highly criticized for saying so. And some of the fact checkers who had no formal biology training back then would insist that there had been modifications to the spike protein designed to reduce its toxicity. That was absolutely false narrative. The two proline modifications that are made in the spike sequence are there to increase its immunogenicity. And the choice of this protein reflects the mad rush to get something out the door.
And with this, it is possible to edit the DNA information. They rushed to the press to deny it.
The vaccine has nothing at all to do with modifying your DNA.
They boasted about it. What they are denying now. This article was posted in 2018. Look at it. June 28, 2018. The NIAID Vaccine Research Center scientists have initiated phase 1 well phase half, 1/2. Studies of a universal flu vaccine strategy, DNA prime. Are you following this? It refers to what the experts are touting as the next generation of immunizations. Instead of injecting a piece of a virus into a person in order to stimulate the immune system, synthesized genes will be shot into the body. This isn't traditional vaccine or vaccination anymore. It's gene therapy.
In 2023, independent studies and reports led by researchers such as Kevin McKernan, David Spiker, and Philip Buchholz found the presence of DNA in the lipid nanoparticles of Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna COVID-19 mRNA vaccines.
What I want to talk to you today is about the DNA contamination that our team at Medicinal Genomics discovered in the mRNA vaccines. We're specifically speaking about Pfizer and Moderna in this case. This work has been replicated by many labs around the world, and now the FDA, the EMA, and even Health Canada have admitted to this. The regulatory agents have admitted that Pfizer also omitted the SV40 sequences that are in their vaccine. They've deemed this contamination to be of little consequence, claiming the DNA is of too little concentration to matter or to be containing DNA of no functional consequence. These statements are false and are not supported by any independent testing by these regulators. After the regulators have admitted to being deceived, they asked the opinion of the party that deceived them, how bad was the deception? They shockingly believed the answer they were given, which is that these sequences have no relevance to plasmid manufacturing. As someone who has worked on the Human Genome Project manufacturing millions of plasmids, I can assure you that this is an overt lie. DNA contamination can lead to insertional mutagenesis. This is actually declared in Moderna's own patents regarding mRNA vaccines. This is U.S. patent 10,898,574.
David Spiker, a distinguished molecular virologist, studied 38 vials, 32 from Canada, 3 from the USA, and 3 from Australia. He also found DNA contamination in every one of these vials.
The vials of Pfizer vaccine that were given out here in Colombia, one of my colleagues was in charge of that vaccination program in the College of Pharmacy, and for reasons that I still don't understand, he kept every single vial. So yeah.